Hi, welcome to your channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I'm your host, Dr. Ghosh, and I'm back today with another inspirational story for all of you. Before we go on to the inspirational story about Neera Arya, the IMA Azad Hind Fauj commissioned officer who stabbed her own husband, a British CID officer, to death to protect Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and then served with honor on the Burma front. Post the surrender of INA and the INA trials, while all the other INA soldiers got released, Neera was subject to imprisonment at the Andaman and Nicobar Islands known as Kalapani, where she underwent immense torture. And inhuman torture by her British captors. Her breasts were mutilated, and post independence, she did not claim her freedom fighter pension, preferring rather to live her life as an unknown Indian in Hyderabad bylanes of Faluknama as a flower seller. Inspirational? Is your interest piqued by the story? We'll go on to it shortly. But before that, for those of you who have not yet subscribed to my channel or have come onto the channel for the first time, let me give you a brief history about this channel. We started this channel on Facebook and WhatsApp in 2015. Both are by invite private groups. And on Facebook we have 825 members, and on WhatsApp about 190 members as on date. We share daily inspiration on both these groups. And on YouTube, which we started in May 2020 in view of the ongoing COVID-19 virus, today we have got 825 subscribers. Our mission is to change the thought process and inspire the present and coming generations to live by the eternal human principles such as diversity, respect, integrity, honesty. Living by these human principles, success is going to be delayed. Yes, definitely. Because it's an uphill battle. But yes, once success is there, it's going to be of a permanent nature. Alternatively, more like most people, you could choose to live by ignoring these human principles. And on the short term, your success is assured. However, it's a slippery slope to failure, and in the long run, you are bound to fail. Please realize, by ignoring the human principles, success may come to you faster, much faster, and in large amounts of wealth is assured. However, you are bound to fail in the long run. But by following these principles, though success may be delayed because it's an uphill task, but your success will be permanent in nature. Please do join our mission of inspiring people to live by these eternal human principles by pressing the bell icon, subscribing to the channel, and sharing these videos with your friends and family so that they too are inspired to live by these eternal human principles and values. The inspirational person I'm speaking to you about today is Neera Arya, a commissioned officer in the INA or the Azaz Hind Fauj. She was born on March 5, 1902 in UP, Khekra Nagar. Her father, Seth Chhajumal, was a distinguished and eminent businessman. She had most of her education in Calcutta and was fluent in Bengali, Hindi, and English. Her father got her married off to a British CID inspector, Shrikant Jayaranjan Das. Because of the difference in thinking, wide gap in their thinking between her husband and her, her marriage was not a successful marriage, and she went away and joined the Azaz Hind Fauj Jhasi Regiment under Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Her husband, on the other side, was trained to spy and assassinate Netaji. He made an attempt on Netaji's life, but as luck would have it, he missed and killed the driver instead. When Neera came to know about this, she met her husband and stabbed him to death to prevent him from making another attempt on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's life. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose codenamed her Nagin. She, along with her brother Basant Kumar, served with honor in the Azaz Hind Fauj and took part in multiple battles during the battles in the Burma front. Post the surrender of the Azaz Hind Fauj, the trial of INA, most of the other prisoners were released, but Neera Arya and her brother Basant Kumar were sentenced to Kalapani, that is the cellular jails in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, and transferred there from Calcutta. At Kalapani, the major tension for both Neera and her brother was not the difficulties they were facing at the prison, but how they could contribute, despite being in Kalapani, to Indians' freedom struggle. Neera was so determined and passionate about India's freedom that even in the coldest of weather she refused a blanket from the British jailers. She was always kept in chains. Her legs and arms were always chained. And due course of time, the chain rusted and it had to be changed. When it had to be changed, the blacksmith came to her and tried to break the chains as the keys were lost. And when doing so, he scraped the skin of her arms and hit her shin bones 3-4 times. Neera, brave and outspoken as always, said, "Are you blind?" Upon which the blacksmith replied, "I can never hit you on your heart and you can do nothing about it. You are after all a slave." Neera, outspoken, said, "Learn to respect women." The jailer who was nearby came upon into the room and said, "Tell me where Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose is and we'll let you go." Neera replied, "Everyone knows he's died in a plane crash." The jailer replied, "No, he is still alive. Tell me where he is and I shall let you go." Neera replied, "Netaji is in my heart and shall forever remain there." The jailer said, "We will remove Netaji from your heart." He ordered the blacksmith to disrobe Neera and took a breast ripper and blunt breast ripper and put it on Neera's breast, intending to rip out her breast. Because it was blunt, it badly damaged her breast and her blood vessels there. The jailer said, "Going forward, never argue with anyone, otherwise we will ensure that with a hot, heated breast ripper, we will take out both your breasts." "Be thankful to Queen Victoria," he said to Neera, "that the breast rippers which we have are not heated, otherwise they would have chopped off both your breasts." And he then repeatedly hit Neera with a tweezer. Neera's life was filled with torture on a daily basis because of her love for her country and Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. After independence, Neera went back to Hyderabad and lived her life in penury. She did not even apply for the Government of India pension as a flower seller. She spent her life. She and her brother both met their makers in 1998. Both Neera and her brother spent their life unrecognized by the Government of India for the efforts they had put in towards the freedom struggle. Friends, it is unfortunate that freedom fighters such as Neera, who paid a huge price personally, are unrecognized in our history books and by our government. Not all of us can be as passionate and fervent as Neera, and people such as Neera will inspire the generations to come. Today on Women's Day, as a special episode, I brought out this video on Neera Arya to inspire present day women with Neera's principles and values. Friends, I'm sure you love the stories which I bring out to you on your very own channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant. I request you once more to kindly subscribe to the channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant, and share these videos with your friends and family so that they too are inspired to live by the eternal human principles. Till we meet again with another inspirational video, good luck, all the best and stay safe.